All right, Shalawam, Shalawam, Makim out there. We want to start off by giving all glory, praise, honor, dominion, and power unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. As always, double honors unto our apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well and continue to do so. Salutations, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elect at House of David. To you brothers out there fighting this good fight of faith, keep it up. To you sisters doing that which is becoming of women. Shalawam, and to those that are addicted unto this ministry, I say Shalawam. I'm here with the brother
Issachar,
and I'm the brother Yerah. And we're out here currently preaching in Sherman Oaks with the Greater Camp. We're Great Millstone, Los Angeles, the Ancient of Days camp. Different battalions and factions that have come together, and we're all throughout Southern California preaching the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Me and the brother got together through the Spirit to do this lesson. It'll be a continuation of we are businessmen, business before pleasure. Okay. Cold War, spiritual buildup, because we know that this war that we have in the spirit between the good and evil is going to spill into the physical realm. We're seeing it happen now with this war brewing in the East, which is the third woe. And then we have all these preparations against us to cut off this word with these different measures that they're pushing out. They're coming with an MOTB, all right, the mark of the beast, digital system, digital tracking, a tracking device. This month alone, June, is a National Microchip Month. So that just goes to show you how close we really are. It's about to be the 250th year that Babylon has been established, which is America. And a lot is going to happen. Then you got the World Cup, I believe for the first time, has been in the States, and then is in Mexico and Canada on one side of the world. It's never been like that. It's always been on the other side of the world, the World Cup and all that, UK and different places, France, Italy. It's never been on this side of the world, not that I know of, to this magnitude. So that means something is coming. So we have to be prepared mentally of what's coming and spiritually. That's why I called it the Cold War, because this whole time, from the time that Abba Bivens came on the scene, whom we believe is Elijah for to come, to return the children unto the fathers and the fathers unto their children. They have given us our elders before us, and they have given to us the two most important things we can know, even the name of our Heavenly Father and His Son in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, our language, their true pronunciations, their proper names. Ever since the man came on the scene, it's been a Cold War, because a lot of people did not know who we are. Or we've been black and Latino and Native American, but no, we're truly the tribes of Israel. Whatever perspective tribe you're from, there's 12. From Judah on down to Issachar, which one do you fit into? And now we've been told who we are. It's been a Cold War, but now everybody's starting to see, okay, these people have to be the people of the Lord, but who are the people in the land? We've been telling you, it's Amalek, the Amalekites, which is a branch off of Esau Edom, the grandson of Esau Edom when you look into the history, but he's the head of the nation of Edom. And the rest of Edom is starting to figure out, like, hold on, all these wars that we've been fighting has been on the backs of these people to get them financially stable. But now this war is spilling into a physical realm where they're going to come at us physically. That's why they're preparing all these gadgets and tools and weapons and drones and things of that nature, because they know, okay, among the true nation of Israel is going to rise men with spiritual power, just as in the ancient days. So without further ado, we're going to give you the two most important things you can know, even the name of our Heavenly Father and the name of His only begotten Son, their true and proper names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, our language, which is the Lashwan Kodash, which means holy tongue. Lashwan meaning tongue or language, and Kodash meaning holy. Now these be the names that are written. The name of the Heavenly Father is YAHAWAH. Yah meaning He. Hawa meaning exists or is to be. He is. He exists. He, the existing one. For He is a rewarder of them that diligently seeks Him. And in the name of His only begotten Son, who has a name that is above every name, given amongst men here on earth, to the Israelite man first, and also to the believers consisting of women, children, helps of the prophets and those that have faith, they will be calling upon that name, even that mighty name, the name YAHAWASHI. Yah meaning he, Hawashai meaning deliverer and savior. For that is exactly what he will come and do for the second time in physical form, yet as an angelic force, for we shall see him as he is, and we shall be like him. So the Lord's willing, this is edifying. Like I said, is a continuation of We Are Businessmen, Business Before Pleasure, Cold War, Spiritual Buildup, Part 2. All right. Now let's jump to Judges real quick, because before Israel went to war, before the nations rose up against us because Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, there was always a preparation, especially if there was a righteous king. He would prepare the nation before the coming danger, before the coming evil. Even the Lord, if he knew that there was danger on the horizon, he would send a prophet to go before the people and let them know, prepare. I'm going to grab a man from among you, and he's going to rise up among you, and he's going to deliver you in the spirit and power of his God, your God, the God of Israel, YAHAWAH. And now we have YAHAWASHI, which is the middleman between us and our power, to let us know that the Lord is with us again. That's why when he was born, a title for him was Emmanuel, or Amnawa'Allah, which means God is with us. So the Lord is with us because we have YAHAWASHI. If you know not YAHAWASHI, you know not the Father. If you know not the Father, then you don't know YAHAWASHI. You have to know both, Yahawah and YAHAWASHI. Go ahead, Doc. Go to Judges 6 and start at 6.
This is Judges chapter 6, verse 6. And Israel was greatly impoverished.
Is that not what we're at right now? With this Strait of Hormuz being closed and all that other stuff, things are going to go up. Prices are going to go up. Jake has already been struggling this whole damn time. They're going to struggle more, especially if you don't know who the Lord is. You will struggle. You will be impoverished. You will be driven out. You will be destroyed. You will die without the approval or the protection of YAHAWASHI. We have the approval of the Lord to speak and to preach. And are we not his servants? Will he not feed us? Will he not give us drink while doing his service? Yes. But those of our people that do not know the Lord and do not do his service and that are distracted by all this crap that's going on in the world will die. They will perish because this man does not care about you. This so-called self-proclaimed white man, the Edomite, he does not care about you. He doesn't even care about his own. He has a plan and he's going to execute the plan. If you do not know the Lord, then you do not know what is coming. Without the prophet, without the seer, without the vision, the people perish. And we're giving you the vision to turn to the Lord before it's too late. This is the spiritual buildup. You have to be built up spiritually in your mind and your spirit and your soul, because this is a cold war. That's why I called it a cold war, because this whole time, everybody thought, oh, yeah, Russia's gone. The USSR fell in the late 80s. America is at the top of its power, but yet they attacked one of the allies of Russia and they can't go up against him. Why can't they defeat them like they did Iraq and the Desert Storm and all these other places that they attacked? Why are they losing this war? Because the Cold War, the buildup, that the Russians had all this power, they had all this nuclear buildup, and then they're giving that to their allies now. They're giving their battle tactics that they've been training to their allies now, and that the U.S. can't come up against them. How did the Iranians learn drone warfare? From the Russians, because they've been fighting that war in the Ukraine. That's modern warfare. It's a whole nother battlefield now that the Americans know nothing about, because they ain't been training in that instance. They thought, oh, we the big bad bully on the block. Ain't nobody going to touch us. But at the very same time, the Cold War. Why do you think they call it a Cold War? Because it hasn't gotten hot. There's been preparations behind the scenes. That's what's going on right now in the spirit. People don't know what the hell is going on. They don't care to know. But yet, behind the scenes, Edom has been preparing for men with spiritual power to eventually come out. And we've been preparing for those days that Jacob's trouble is coming, and that Esau will come down with the hammer, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. The devil shall come down upon you having great wrath. Who's the devil? Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, his people, his power structure, his military might. He's going to come down with the hammer. And hence, Isaiah 19, the Egyptian is eventually going to fight against the Egyptian. Americans are going to fight against Americans. It's going to be a civil war again, because they're going to know our government is against us. In order for us to continue as functioning nation, we have to take down the standing government, overthrow it, and then bring forth a new government as it tells them in their constitution. But we're about to come upon the 250th year of this nation being established. And their first so-called president, George Washington, told them that if the government becomes tyrannical and corrupt, you as the people have the right to overthrow the government and replace it with another one. What you think they're going to do? The Lord's going to allow that to happen. So our people are impoverished right now by this government, and they're going to be more impoverished because what did they tell you? You shall own nothing and be happy. They're already preparing the road ahead for what they want you people to be. You have the internet of things, and it's going to become the internet of bodies, where they're going to connect you to the system digitally with this MOTB. And we've been prepping and warning our people of this. And those of us that trust in the Lord, we will no longer stay upon this system. We're going to go with the Lord 100% in truth. We already have spiritually left this place. We have left Babylon spiritually. We no longer want a part of this place, but yet to function, we have to go to, our jobs, do the day-to-day stuff. But once it gets to this point, the MOTB, we're pulling out fully. And we're not going to stay upon this man that continually smote us with a continual stroke as he does the nations. Go ahead,
Because of the Midianites.
Now, this was our enemy at the time. The Midianites had us in captivity. We were under scrutiny. Go ahead,
And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord YAHAWAH, because of the Midianites,
Mm-hmm.
that the Lord YAHAWAH sent a prophet.
That's what the Lord always does. He sends a prophet unto our people when they're crying out. I don't give a damn if Jake think they living good. They going to Disney World, Disneyland, and all that bullshit. The Lord sent a prophet unto you, did he not? Jake was crying out in the 60s for equality. Jake was getting killed, lynched, burned. Churches was getting bombed. And Jake was crying out for help. And what did the Lord send at the end of that decade? 1969. 1970, he sent a prophet. He sent Abba. And from Abba came the rest of the men of the Lord, King Mashah, High Priest Yaquab, High Priest Ariah. And then and after those men, they passed the torch to our elders and apostles. And those men passed the torch to the elders that came after them. And then the men that came in 2007, the YouTube era. And all us brothers that you now see and hear. Did not the Lord send you a prophet? He sent you a company of prophets to tell you the same thing. Turn unto the Lord your power, and you will see his mighty hand at work, that he's going to come against your enemies, leave this place spiritually, and prepare to go home to your land, Israel, YAHAWASHI, and see that the Lord will vanquish out of our land the imposters, the enemies that are in the land at this time. That's why this war is being prepped. Joel 3. Prepare the nations, prepare the Gentiles for war. That's what's going on right now in our time. But first, spiritually, you're supposed to prepare. Show yourselves men, O ye transgressors. Go ahead,
Which said unto them, Thus said the Lord YAHAWAH, power of Israel, I brought you up from Egypt, and brought you forth out of the house of bondage.
Mm-hmm. The Lord has to keep reminding our people that he brought you out of Egypt. He brought you out of slavery before. He brought you out of bondage. He's going to do it again. But first, you must free yourself from the madness spiritually. Cut the earthly tether and become wind going into the spirit. Cut the earthly tether and become one in the spirit of the Lord. Go ahead,
And I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians.
Now, that was the ancient Egyptians, Matazarium, the Hamites. The Lord is going to deliver us out of the hand of the modern day Egyptians, the Edomites. All you have to do is believe. Before anything could occur, before we rebuilt the temple, before we went to war, before we were established again as a nation and we returned from captivity, what did we have to do? Obey the Lord. Then things will move. Mm-hmm. Did we not obey the Lord by leaving Babylon? Hearing the words of the men of the Lord, the prophets, we obeyed. Like, what I got to do? Yeah. Believe on Yahweh and believe on the one he has sent, his son, YAHAWASHI. We did it. We believed and we moved on it. And then now things are happening. And the Lord has had us ever since. Even though we went through our ups and downs and our trials, The Lord still has us. Go ahead.
And out of the hand of all that oppressed you,
Woo.
and drave them out from before you, and gave you their land.
Which was our land, the land of Israel. It was known as Canaan when we first entered in, because there was nations in the land already. Canaanites, Hamites. But the Lord was like, that has always been your land. And that since they did odious works of witchcraft and blood sacrifices, I'm sending you in there to vanquish them and drive them out and destroy them and take the land that's obviously yours, the land that I promised unto Abraham years previous. All right. Hundreds of years before, I promised your forefather Abraham this land, and now you're going into the land to take it. Now you have the land, and now you have these enemies trying to fight you in the land. I'm going to give you the power to overcome them. Go ahead.
Verse 10, and I said unto you, I am the Lord YAHAWAH, your power.
Woo.
Fear not the gods of the Amorites.
Because the Amorites believe that is their gods, their idols that gave them the power to overcome Israel. No, it's because Israel fell, and Israel did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord gave the Midianites power over our people. Same as here in Babylon. The hell with JC, the hell with whatever gods they worship, guns, oil, and drugs. That's their God, the God of the Edomites here in Babylon. Their God is money, or just power, or guns, or whatever, or war. And then there's a lot of idols in the land. People worship Buddha and Islam and all type. You can believe in whatever you want in this land that we're dwelling in right now. But the Lord is telling you, you believe in the Lord your God, Yahweh, who delivered your ancestors out of the land of Egypt and gave them the land of Israel, which was known as Canaan at the time. You remember him, and you remember his son that came on the scene over 2,000 years ago to return you into the power, that died for you, that rose again, and that has given you the power to become the sons of the Heavenly Father again, and to become one nation that was broken after the death of Solomon. The Lord has come to unite the nation, because one greater than Solomon is here. And if you can receive it, he is Solomon. And when we were under Solomon's reign, there was peace on the earth for the first time for 40 years. That the man was so wealthy and rich, and our people were so happy that silver became irrelevant during his reign. Silver, real silver. I ain't talking about no goddamn FRN, some paper. I'm talking about real silver by weight became irrelevant during his reign, because gold was that much more precious, and there was so much of it in the land. It was a flourishing kingdom. And all the nations round about gave tribute to Solomon. All right. And came up to hear the wisdom of Solomon, our king. So it goes to show you the Lord is going to do it again. He's going to do it again. But you have to be delivered, all right, from the gods of these nations. They have no power. There are no gods. And real quick, I get Psalm 94. If I'm not mistaken, going into the gods of the other nations are idols, but the Lord our power made the heavens.
Psalm 94, 11?
Yeah, maybe it's 96. I'll be forgetting where it's at. You gotta back me up, bro. You gotta know what this is. Right. Do you got it? I'll be forgetting where it is. The gods of the other nations are idols. Let me get that. Maybe I was there, but I just skipped over it. Where is it at? At 96 and 5. Start at 4.
Psalms 96 and 4. For the Lord Yahawah is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods.
Because he created the angels on the right hand and the left. Those are gods. Those are powers, right? That's all God means, is powers. But he is a God above all, because he's the Almighty. He has no beginning and no end. He created these beings that have power over mankind, but he has power over all. So he is to be praised, greatly to be praised above all gods. Now, the gods of the other nations are just idols. They have no power. The Lord has power over them. He told them in Daniel that by the decree of the watchers, which is the men of the Lord, the watchmen, the prophets, the seers, and by the decrees of the holy ones, the angels that sends messages to these men, that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. And he setteth over it the bases of men, which is Esau, Edom. So the Lord has power to set up the weakest and lowest of all mankind and put them at the top. That's the power of the Lord. He can do that. He gave you heathen time to rule, and you failed, and he took you down, and he brought up a more inferior nation to come up after you, all the way down to the bases of men. And then he's going to take him out and set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, an everlasting dominion. Now read that. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols.
Are idols. So the Lord said, all right, the power over you other nations does not exist. They are idols. They are things that you made with man's hands. The God of Israel is real. He is living. He is eternal. He's a living God. And he's over Israel. Though he created all you other nations, he's not your God. He's your ruler. He's your creator. But he's not your father. He's not near you. He's near unto us. He's our Father, our God, our power, our conduit, our lifeline. To you, he's your creator. Go ahead,
But the Lord YAHAWAH made the heavens.
There it is. But the Lord YAHAWAH, our power, made the heavens. He made everything that you see and don't see, hear and don't hear, understand and do not understand, imagine and do not know, are afraid to know. But he created all these things. Our power. Go ahead,
Honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary.
That's it. Now let's jump back to Judges. Where'd you leave off at? 10? Was it 10? It was 10. Read 10 again.
Judges 6 and 10. And I said unto you, I am the Lord YAHAWAH, your power. Fear not the gods of the Amorites, and whose land ye dwell, but ye have not obeyed my voice.
So that's why Jake went down and went off, and why the Midianites were placed over them, because they did not obey the voice of the Lord. So the Lord sent a prophet unto them to tell them, hey, this is why you are where you are. If you don't want to be here anymore, change. That's what we're telling our people. Repent, turn back, spiritually prep. It's been a cold war this whole time. You've been at war. So now you understand that there is an enemy against you. There is a war waging. You have to prepare yourself. Spiritual build up because the war is coming. And if you don't have a strong enough spirit and mind, you will fail. Like my man Yoda told Luke. He said, judge me by my size, do you? Look at me. And he lifted up something that was bigger than him through the force, right? That power. And then Luke was like, I can't believe it. He said, that is why you fail, because you don't believe. Believe. You won't fail. Keep reading on.
Verse 11. And there came an angel of the Lord YAHAWAH and sat under an oak, which was in Ophrah, that pertained unto Joash, the Abzerite, of his son Gideon, threshed wheat by the winepress to hide it from the Midianites.
So he threshed wheat. He threshed the wheat in the wine press to hide it from the Midianites, that they were prepping food and doing stuff like that. He had to do it under, secretly, because the people of the land were scared of the Midianites. They had great power over us, just like Jake. Now they gotta whisper the fucking white man's name because they so afraid of this damn clown. Speak it out in the open. Why the hell you scared of this man? Go ahead, But this is what the Lord is going to call Gideon before he even knew who he was. The Lord already prepared this man through the Spirit. He already knew who this man was. This man did not know who he was yet. Just like us, we didn't know we were going to do this and be these men. But it was a cold war the whole time. The Lord was like, I already knew whom I've chosen. I'm just going to go to them at the time appointed and tell them what they need to do. Go ahead,
And the angel of the Lord YAHAWAH appeared unto him and said unto him, the Lord YAHAWAH is with thee.
Read that part again, just that part.
And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him and said unto him, the Lord YAHAWAH is with thee.
Read that part again, just that part, the Lord part, the Lord part.
The Lord YAHAWAH is with thee.
Read it again.
The Lord YAHAWAH is with thee.
Again.
The Lord Yahawah is with thee.
That's it. So the Lord YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, is with thee. Read it on.
Thou mighty man of valor.
Thou mighty man of valor, the Lord is with you. Thou mighty man of valor, the Lord is with you. Thou mighty man of valor. You're already a warrior, a soldier. The Lord is with you. That's what the Lord is telling us. That the spiritual buildup, that's what you go to get in your mind. Like, dang, the Lord is with me. I'm a mighty man of valor. You may not see that, but the Lord already sees. He sees from everlasting to everlasting. You are that warrior. I'm going to make you that. Same what he told to Moses. Moses said, I can't speak. He said, I'm going to give you what to say. You're going to go and speak. All right. But that's it. I just wanted to get that part. Now let's jump from there to Ezra. All right. Let's go to Ezra 3. And we're going to jump down to you start at 1, huh? Because this is what make the people of the other countries fear us. And we didn't even rebuild the whole temple or the walls around Jerusalem yet at this time. All we built was what? An altar. Do we not have the altars out there? The camps are altars all around Babylon, all around the world. Those are the altars we built. And how do you build an altar? You build it with the name of the Lord at the foundation of it. The name of the Lord is the foundation of the altar you build, and then you sacrifice upon the altar. And that's a fearful thing for the nations because they know, oh man, they're returning to their God. And he hears them now. He sees them. He's looking upon them, and now he's going to fight for them. That's what the nations understand. That's what they know. That's what they fear. Go ahead, up.
Verse 1, and when the 7th month was come, and the children of Israel were in the cities, the people gathered themselves together as one man to Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Then stood up Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and his brethren, the priests, and Zerubbabel.
Mm-hmm. Read it with confidence. If you sound it out like back in grade school and just read it.
And Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and his brethren, and builded the altar of the power of Israel to offer burnt offerings thereon, as it is written in the law of Moses, the man of Yahawah.
The man of God, the man of Yahawah. So they built an altar, a physical altar, and sacrificed upon it. Now, in our time, what is the sacrifice? Our own bodies. We give as a living sacrifice unto the Lord our power, which is a reasonable service and acceptable in his sight. Do we not do that? That's all the Lord has required of you men of this age now. Make your own body a living sacrifice. But nah, niggas got better things to do. A punk ass FIFA game, a Dodgers fucking game. My wife said this. All my children have a fucking swim class. Who gives a shit about that? War is on the brink. Did they not put into law? A draft is coming at the beginning of this year. They put it in the books that there's a draft coming in December of this year, but they may actually bring it out in July because we had the same calendar as 1914 when World War I broke out. Come on, man. People say, oh, history repeats itself, or maybe history doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. Same thing happening again. They didn't know a great war was going to break out in 1914, but the scriptures already spoke about it in Revelation 9, that a star was going to fall and the smoke was going to come out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe. What was that? The Great War broke out in Europe. All right. By the death of Archduke Ferdinand, who was supposed to be the royal heir of Austria-Hungary, he was assassinated. About a month later, war was declared on Serbia because it was a Serbian nationalist that assassinated him. Germany was with Austria-Hungary, and they declared war on Serbia. And in Serbia, which was backed by the Russian Empire at the time, which was still under the Tsars, they declared war on Germany. And by August 1st, all European powers were at war with each other. Then all the colonies in the Far East and Africa were on standby. War broke out over there. They introduced new technologies, planes, the Zeppelin, war balloons and shit like that, tanks, mortar fire, machine guns, gas, all types of things were introduced. U-boats, which are submarines, They introduced a whole bunch of new technologies into warfare. Because they still fought war conventionally on horseback and swords and shit like that, cannons. But they introduced new things into the world. And that was already written in the book of Revelation 2,000 years before it broke out. How much more were we telling you now? That we're building an altar unto the Lord our power and the spirit. And he's hearing us. And why is the things moving in the world now? Things are moving in this world. There's a draft coming. The last time, let's name all the wars in Babylon that there was a draft. The Civil War. About 40 years later, World War I broke out. Another draft. Then World War II. Another draft. Then the Korean War. Another draft. Then the Vietnam War. Another draft. And then ever since then, there was no drafts again. People would just volunteer to join up, Desert Storm, the Battle of Kosovo and all that. But then now there's a draft again all of a sudden. There was no draft in the Iraq War when the towers came down. There was no draft. People just joined up. Yeah. But now there's a draft again. Why? Because the third world is on the brink. The third world war. So we're letting our people know these things, but they rather go to fucking Disney World and watch a FIFA game. And like I said, the same people that's kicking a ball into a goal, those same people that's playing FIFA against each other are going to have guns pointed at each other in the next few months, I believe. War is going to break out in these same nations fucking playing against each other in the FIFA. They're going to be having guns pointed at one another real soon and drones over each other and bombs and missiles and rockets being flying at each other. They're going to be at each other's throats real soon. So enjoy your FIFA game and all your bread and circus because it's going to come to an end. Because at best believe, before we even know it, we're going to open our eyes. It's going to be December. And that draft is going to be implemented. And a lot of you young people of this nation are going to be sent over there to Western Asia and you're going to die there. You're going to become one with the fertilizer, one with the land. Yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 3, and they set the altar upon his bases, for fear was upon them because of the people of those countries. Mm-hmm. And they offered burnt offerings thereon unto the Lord YAHAWAH, even burnt offerings morning and evening.
There it is, because they did what the Lord commanded them to do. We've been so long without keeping these things because we were in captivity. When we finally returned, even though we were fearful of the land around, the people round about, we like, fuck it. We're going to do it still because the Lord commanded us to do it. Just like us going out there. People look at us, what the fuck y'all do? Why y'all here? We going to call the cops. We don't give a shit. The Lord told us to build this altar. We going to preach. You can't do a damn thing against us. We going to preach. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 4. They kept also the Feast of Tabernacles, as it is written, and offered the daily burnt offering.
And that's beautiful, bro. They kept the Feast of Tabernacles. You know why? You got to remember, Jerusalem was destroyed. Everything was in rubble. Stones upon stones. The wall was destroyed. The temple brought down. And you got to remember, we didn't have no houses at the time. So we kept the Feast of Tabernacles. We were in tents. And we were encamped around about the ruins of the city. And we kept the Feast of Tabernacles, and we praised the Lord, and we built altars to the Lord, and we gave sacrifices unto the Lord. Praise the Lord. There it is. So Jake was ready. Jake was like, man, we don't need no house, man. We're going to keep the Feast of the Tabernacle. We're going to be in the tent. We're going to do it the old way. That's the old way. Go ahead, Doc.
By number, according to the custom as the duty of every day required. Mm-hmm. And afterward offered the continual burnt offering, but both of the new moons and of all the set feasts of the Lord YAHAWAH.
Are different feasts. You had the Feast of Tabernacles. Best believe the Passover was going to come up. And then you had the Pentecost, which is the Feast of Weeks. All the different high holy days we would keep, we kept. Again, we start bringing it back into remembrance. Best believe it was in our people's minds and souls to keep these things when we were in captivity, but we couldn't. So when we came back into our land, boom, it started like it never stopped. Go ahead, Doc.
That were consecrated, and of everyone that willingly offered a free will offering unto the Lord YAHAWAH. From the first day of the 7th month, began they to offer burnt offerings unto the Lord Yahweh. But the foundation of the temple of the Lord was not yet laid.
So they already started to offer offerings unto the Lord, but the temple's foundation, it was not yet laid. You see that? But they built the altar. That was the first thing they did. Let's build the altar, do the sacrifices of the Lord, give him his praise. Then we're going to begin building the temple again and the walls round about Jerusalem for protection. And you got to remember when they were building the walls in Nehemiah, they had the tool of building in one hand, they had a sword in the other to defend off fucking raiders and shit like that on the outside. So we were building and defending. That's what we're doing right now. We're building and defending. Right? Go ahead, Art.
They gave money also unto the masons and to the carpenters and meat and drink and oil unto them of Zidon and to them of Tyre.
Now we got to remember the history. Who sent us back to rebuild? Cyrus the Great, right? Which was the Persian, right? Now the city of Babylon was taken in his name by Darius the Mede Persian. Darius, right? But Cyrus got the credit, which was a Persian. He sent us back with money to rebuild our temple and our city and our walls. And he sent us back with provisions. So we had enough money to pay the Zidonians and these other people around about to bring us timber and wood and stones and things of that nature to rebuild our city. So we were financed.
Yeah.
We were financed good too. So you got to understand that, because like, what the hell, the Zidonians and shit, ain't that the Hamites? But we had the money to hire them out. Like, hey, take those trade routes, the roads all the way back to Jerusalem. Take the King's Highway. You come this way. You give us that. We're going to give you this. And we're going to rebuild our temple, our city, our walls, our houses. We're going to rebuild. We have the money. There it is. And we have a decree from the king himself that this needs to be done. It was done quickly. Go ahead, huh?
To bring us cedar,
which is wood,
trees from Lebanon.
The best of trees is from Lebanon, right? The north of Israel, the northern parts of Israel, is where Lebanon is. Go ahead, huh?
To the sea of Joppa.
Yeah, which is a coastal city. Yeah.
According to the grant that they had of Cyrus, king of Persia.
There it is. So we were financed by the king of Persia, Cyrus. You got to remember why this man was so wealthy. He took over Lydia. Yeah. And he took over the banking system of Lydia. And he kept that system going. And he financed us to return unto our land. How about that? You see? You understand me? And he gave us all the golden things that was taken from the temple during the Babylonians sacking it. You know? Now they ransacked the temple and took all the golden menorahs and the vessels that were used in the temple, right? But who destroyed the temple? The Edomites. And that's in the histories too, of who actually burned it to the ground and sacked it. It was the Edomites. And we never forgot that. And now we have enemies round about us when we're rebuilding to attack us. So we came armed to the teeth. Like, all right, man, y'all want to come up? Well, you going to get put down. How about that? Now, I believe that was it. But there we go. Ayok, jump to verse 10, Ezra 3 and 10.
Ezra chapter 3, verse 10. And when the builders laid the foundations of the temple of the Lord, Yahawah, they set the priests and their apparel with trumpets, and the Levites, the sons of Asaph, with cymbals, to praise the Lord Yahawah after the ordinance of David, king of Israel.
That's it. Verse 11.
And they sang together by chorus and praising and giving thanks unto the Lord Yahawah, because he is good, for his mercy endures forever.
That's what they were singing. That's what the choir was singing. He is good. His mercy endureth forever. That's what they were singing. Go ahead,
toward Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people shouted with a great shout
Woo.
when they praised the Lord Yahawah, because the foundation of the house of the Lord Yahawah was laid.
Was laid. That's why they shouted and praised the Lord, because the foundation. Without a foundation, you can't build no house. I don't give a damn what you talking about. Without a foundation, it's going to fall to nothing. They built the foundation and the people praised and shouted and gave glory unto the Lord because the foundation was laid. They were like, oh, the hardest part is done. The foundation is probably the hardest thing you have to lay, is the foundation. And then after that, you can build up. And that's it. That's it. Go ahead, Ak. Keep going.
Verse 12, but many of the priests and Levites and chief of the fathers, who were ancient men, that had seen the first house when the foundation of his house was laid before their eyes.
Foundation of this house. Read it slow and read it proper. All right? No? Just you gotta slow down. It's all good.
When the foundation of this house was laid before their eyes, with a loud voice and many shouted aloud for joy.
So in the midst of joy and weeping, it was mixed together, and people were like, what the hell is going on? They didn't know the difference. It was all mixed together, like, oh, they was shouting, yeah, and then others was crying like, damn, we back. We're back. We're back, That's how it was. Verse 13, huh?
So that the people could not discern the noise of the shout of joy from the noise of the weeping of the people. For the people shouted with a loud shout, and the noise was heard afar off.
So everybody heard us shouting for joy that we return. Just like how we do the salute at the end of the camp, everybody gonna hear it. Like, what the hell, old man, what's going on? You know what's going on. You understand what the hell is happening right now. Now, real quick, we're gonna go to let's get it 5th. When Joseph prepared Egypt for the famine. You gotta this is a Cold War, spiritually prep. All right, spiritual build up. Now let's go to fish. Go to Genesis 41 and 34. You got it, huh?
Genesis 41 and 34. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years.
Read it again.
Verse 34. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part.
Well, actually, read 33. Because in order for you to spiritually prep, you got to be a man that is discreet. And I'll read it in the NLT right now. It says, therefore, Pharaoh should find an intelligent and wise man and put him in charge of the entire land of Egypt. So that's what brothers have to be. We're wise and intelligent men that's been put in charge over our nation, over these words in this book, over what is to come. You can't give it to a niggard or a nigger. Because the Lord had done that. He showed you. He showed Jake what they were like. You want this clown right here? Look what he's doing with it. He's selling you out. Yeah. He's buying you out. They making merchandise of you. But then these men over here, you talking all this mess. They don't give a shit about what you say about them. They don't care about you. They care about me and what I'm telling them to do for you. So you go to these men. You apologize to them. You bow down to them. And you follow them. Because I set them up to do you good. Right? They ain't out here to play games. Yeah. They're about the Lord's work. Right. They're preparing you for what is to come. There is a famine that's going to come. A famine of what? The word. Right. The famine of hearing the word. So you better hear these men before it's too late. Go ahead, Ak.
Genesis 41:33. Now therefore let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt.
Are we not in modern day Egypt now? Did not the Lord give our people leaders to lead them in Egypt, to prep them for what is to come? But if you do not listen and take heed unto these men, then, well, you will be lost to nothing. But those that do take heed, blessed are ye, because now you understand what's going on. You're not afraid of what is to come. Go ahead.
Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years.
Woo, go ahead.
And let them gather all the food of those good years that come.
Now we're gathered right now spiritually. You should be eating. Are not the apostles and brothers giving lessons every day? You should be eating. You should be gathering. You should be eating. You should be gathering. You should be eating. You should be gathering. This information you should be eating. What is being said. So when those days come, you'll be ready. You should be eating. You should be gathering. You should be eating. You should be gathering. Go ahead.
And lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities.
Right.
Verse 36, and that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine.
So what you gather here, in these words here, these words, this what you're gathering is going to be stored up to get you through the days that are ahead. You know, go ahead.
Which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through the famine.
Right.
And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of all his servants.
Is this not a good thing of what we're doing? Is it not good in the sight of the people? Are they looking at us, how we move as a group, as a camp? Even chat was like, man, hey, the chat know Great Millstone how we move. Shit, the chat knows. Chat was like, damn, they moving on point. Yeah, man, shit. You know, so everybody knows how we move. Unlike these other groups, we ain't putting our marbles in this fucking place. We're prepping. We're getting ready for a war to break out. It's coming. The apostles been said before World War III is fully declared as a world war. The MOTB it has to come. Do we not see that? We see it. That's why I had the draft on the book, so they know a war is coming. But first they have to push what? MOTB, a digital system, a digital way. All right, now I want to get something else. Store. Did it all? It faded out.
Yeah,
it's all good. Let's get it. You were playing music on the background, huh?
Yeah.
That's why it faded out, bro. It's gonna take more energy to do that in the background. There we go. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 29:12. Shut up alms in thy storehouses, and it shall deliver thee from all affliction. See, that's what we're doing. We're storing up the alms, the good that you do is being stored up as a storehouse, and it shall deliver thee from all affliction. That's what's coming to the world at large is great affliction. All right. Against the day. We get against, what is it? Against the day and the apocrypha. Bear with me, brothers. Against the day. Forgot how it is worded, but yep, there it is. Woo! It's Tobit 4:9. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. Woo! That's it.
Right, bro.
That's it. So that's what we're doing. Oh, here we go. Verse 8. I'll read. I'll read for verse 6. Tobit 4:6. It says, for if thou deal truly, thy doing shall be prosperously succeed to thee. Let me read that again. For if thou deal truly, thy doings shall prosperously succeed to thee, and to all them that live justly. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of YAHAWAH shall not be turned away from thee. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. And if thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. Woo! That's it. Because that alms do deliver from death, and suffereth not to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High. So that's what we're doing in the spirit. We're giving to one another. And what you got it. And when you ain't got, then hey, it's all good. Give that, that, and you're gonna be good. Right? And there's another scripture, I forget where it's at. It said, if he can't return it unto thee, then the Lord is gonna return it. It's something about the poor. Because our people are in a poor state right now, man. We ain't requiring, hey, hit that like button and hit that the cash app. Yeah. We ain't about none of that, the monetary crap. We don't care. If you gonna give it out of your own heart, all right, cool. If not, we ain't worried about that. These other fucking groups is worried about money. We ain't worried about that. Because it's gonna come a time when the money ain't gonna mean a goddamn thing. Then what? Yeah. They gonna be pricked in their fucking mind for all that they've done to our people. Right. You know? But we got to be we're a spiritual buildup. We're prepping. It's just like you got a nuclear buildup, space race. That's what it is right now in the spirit. It's a war for information, and we're winning. And then there's a spiritual buildup. We're getting prepared for the coming war. It's going to be really a war for your faith more than anything else. All right. What is it? The Lord will. Hey, how does it go? It's in Ecclesiasticus. All right, where it says if he can't give it back, then the Lord is going to recompense you. Bear with me, brothers. How's it go? Praise. I think recompense is in there, maybe. Recompense. If I can't get it, it's all good, but if I can, cool. Sometimes it's much. Damn. Yeah, I don't know where it is. How does it go? Yeah. 4. I ain't went into it in a long time, but I know it's in the Ecclesiasticus. You to the poor and friendly supplication. Let me put the Most High in. I believe it was in there too. Most High. Okay. Bear with me, brothers. You got something, bring it out. Yeah. Go to Samuel when David encouraged himself in the Lord. I'll find it for you. I'll find this. Go to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 30:6.
Get it? Mm-hmm. This is 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 6. But this is the in the Good News Bible. Mm-hmm. David was now in great trouble because his men were all very bitter about losing their children, and they were threatening to stone him. But the Lord, YAHAWASHI, his power, gave him courage.
Yeah, that's it. So he encouraged himself in the Lord. The Lord gave him courage to move forward because he was sad too. He lost his woman and his children as well. That's the main thing. That's why I love reading that part. It's like, best believe David was looking around like, what the fuck, man? I lost my wife and my children too. The hell? You don't think I'm sad? But y'all looking at me like I'm the problem.
Yeah.
But the Lord's like, nah, don't even worry about it. And gave him the spirit to like keep moving. Because we all gonna lose a lot of things. I want to tell brothers that straight up. You're gonna lose a lot more fucking things. And if you ain't lost nothing yet, prepare your mind to lose it. Because you ain't no better than any other brother or apostle that has lost already. And they've been telling you, keep going. You're going to get it back in the end. You think the Lord YAHAWASHI just said that to Peter and them just to say it because it was cute? Yeah. He said you're going to lose these things. But if you lose it for my sake in the Gospels, you're going to get it 100-fold in the next world. You got to believe that. That's right. It's so great and so easy to say, oh, yeah, just everything. When you got a wife and children at home waiting for you. When you don't have those things or when you had those things, you lost them. It's hard to return home to an empty house like, damn. But let me keep going. Lord say He's gonna get me in the end. Let me keep going. Let me endure. Let me trust in YAHAWASHI and keep going. Right. Now keep reading,
Verse 7. David said to the priest.
Hold on, let me get it. This blue letter's bugging the hell out. It keeps going to the same thing I was at already. Like, man, go to where I'm telling you to go. If Joyce could think, there'll be none of us here, would there? Go ahead,
David said to the priest, Abiathar, son of Ahimelech, bring me the ephod. The ephod. And Abiathar brought it to him. David asked the Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall I go after those raiders? And will I catch them? He answered, go after them. You will catch them and rescue the captives.
Yeah, so he said, go after them. You're going to rescue your women and your children, the captives of these men, these raiders, right? So David pursued after these demons, man. And he kept it moving. He kept it going. But he prepped his mind before he went. Didn't he go to the ephod? The Lord gave him courage. He's all right. Let me go to the Lord first. He prepped his mind before he just went after them and shit. So let me prep my mind to get ready to find my children and women and these men's children and women and to find these raiders and put them down for what they've done. But let me go to the Lord first. Let me go to the Lord for Lord. Is this the right thing to do? Am I on point for doing this? Am I wrong for doing this? Lord, I go. You gonna get them. Go ahead,
Verse 9. So David and his 600 men started out, and when they arrived at Besor brook, some of them stayed there. David continued on his way with 400 men. The other 200 men were too tired to cross the brook, and so stayed behind. The men with...
Now this brother's reading a different translation, so if you following along with me, it sounds a little different, but it's the same thing. Yeah. But before you get that, I was wondering I could find this, man. Man, where is that at? It said you're supposed to get to the poor, and if he can't give it back to you, then the Lord is going to give it to you. Dang, but I don't know where it is. Let it not greedy. Okay. I mean, brothers know where it is. I do not know where it is. I don't know why. I don't know. It's in the Apocrypha. I know it's in like the first few chapters where you supposed to give to the poor. And if he can't give it back to you, then the Lord is going to give it to you more than what he could give. If he can't give it to you, if he can't return what you gave him to you, the Lord is going to give it to you. But I forget how it's worded. Man. You know, I get mad when I can't find a certain scripture and I know it's in there. I just don't know where it is. But it's like, dang, you know. But let me put one more time. We're gonna try to find this. All right. I think recompense is in there. It has to be. What's going on with this? All right. Recompense. Well, I'll just read this. This is not it, but I'll just read from here. Ecclesiasticus 35:9. And all thy gifts show a cheerful countenance, and dedicate thy tithes with gladness. Give unto the Most High according as he have enriched thee, and as thou hast gotten, give with a cheerful eye. For the Lord YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, recompenseth, and will give thee 7 times as much. So when you give with a cheerful countenance, the Lord's going to give it back to you. But there's one about the poor that you know he can't give you nothing back because he's poor. But the Lord's like, hey, whatever he can't give you, I'll get that to you. So, but I don't know where it is. There's another chapter or whatever. But that just goes to show you, when you give to the poor, because you got a lot of these clowns that, the bum camp. Yeah. But did not the Lord say, if you give to him and you know he can't give you nothing back, I'm going to give you more. Yeah. But it just goes to show you that's how David moved as a king. He said, no, don't even worry about that. Like, you got it. Go ahead, Ak.
Verse 11. The men with David found an Egyptian boy out in the country and brought him to David. Mm-hmm. They gave him some food and water, some dried figs, and 2 bunches of raisins. After he had eaten, his strength returned. And he had not had anything to eat or drink for 3 full days.
3 days and 3 nights. Go ahead, Ak.
David asked them, who is your master? And where are you from?
So where are you from and who's your master? And this was the spirit. The Lord placed this Egyptian right here for David to find him because he knew where those raiders was. He's a part of their band. But he wasn't like the actual raider. He's probably a captive too. Yeah, most likely he was. Go ahead, Ak.
I am an Egyptian, the slave of an Amalekite.
A fucking small hat. A rat. That's who those people in the land are with those fucking small hats on and glasses and shit. It's like all these assholes are blind or something. Those are Amalekites. We're the Israelites. Those are Amalekites. That's who he was a slave to, an Amalekite. Go ahead, Ak.
He answered, my master left me behind 3 days ago because I got sick.
Because he was sick. Go ahead, Ak.
We had raided the territory of the Cherethites in the southern part of Judah and the territory of the clan of Caleb, and we burnt down Ziklag,
which was the city that David and his men and their families were in. Ziklag was in the land of the Philistines, but they raided the land of Judah and the territories of Caleb. You already know who Caleb was. Judah, right? And in the south of Judah, those territories, all right? That's where they raided. Go ahead, Ak.
Will you lead me to those raiders? David asked him. He answered, I will if you promise me in the Most High's name that you will not kill me or hand me over to my master. And he led David to them.
And so he led David down to the company of these damn assholes, these demons. And see how David prepped.
That's right.
Before he went into this battle, and we're going to get this account, and then we're going to get how Asa built the walls around about Jerusalem during the times of peace, because in the reign of his son, really in his reign and in the reign of his son Jehoshaphat, wars would break out. But you see how in the years of peace, he knew, let's build these walls and prep before the coming of the enemy. Go ahead, Ak.
The raiders were scattered all over the place, eating, drinking, and celebrating because of the enormous amount of loot they had captured from Philistia and Judah.
Man.
At dawn the next day, David attacked them and fought until evening, except 400 young men who mounted camels.
Now, what version are you reading?
This is the Good News Bible.
Okay, the Good News Bible. Let me see if there's even a translation of that. Probably not, but these are all the different translations. Brothers already know. They pretty much already know these are the different translations that we have in the blue letter. I don't think they have that one that you're reading, bro, but it's still good. We still gonna keep it pushing. But just read that part.
And got away. None of them escaped.
And then keep reading.
David rescued everyone and everything the Amalekites had taken, including his 2 wives.
Got it.
Nothing at all was missing. David got back all his men's sons and daughters and all the loot the Amalekites had taken.
David recovered all. I'm going to read it in 19. And there was nothing lacking to them, neither small nor great, neither sons nor daughters, neither spoil, nor anything that they had taken to them. David recovered all. Now let's go to King Asa real quick, and we're going to end it here, where he prepped the land. All right, before the wars in his own time and in the wars of his son, which is Jehoshaphat, broke out. But it just goes to show you how he prepared the land since it was times of peace. Where is it at? Asa on his mic. Okay. Maybe it's at the beginning of 15. Bear with me, brothers. Let's go up top. Okay, my God. Say did. Cannon. Bear with me, brothers. Quiet. Put quiet in. Yep, there it is. Okay. Go to 2 Chronicles 14. All right. And it reads at the top of the chapter. Oh, so Asa was Abijah's son. And that's the spirit, because Abijah was a beautiful king. He was the first one to war with the northern kingdom that went off and left the Lord our power and went with the golden calves and shit. And he cursed them the fuck out. He said, hold on, man. Y'all supposed to worship one power that lives, and y'all going off. And he defeated Jeroboam in his reign, and Jeroboam couldn't recover himself as long as Abijah reigned as king. But then he died. But he had a lot of sons and daughters, and his next son to succeed him was Asa. And it reads, so Abijah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. And Asa, his son, reigned in his stead. In his days, the land was quiet 10 years. But let's see what the man's going to do. It says, and Asa did that which was good and right in the eyes of the Lord YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM his God. For he took away the altars of the strange gods and the high places, and brake down the images, and cut down the groves, and commanded Judah to seek the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM power of their fathers, and to do the law and the commandment. Also he took away out of all the cities of Judah the high places and the images, and the kingdom was quiet before him. And he built fenced cities in Judah, for the land had rest, and he had no war in those years, because the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM had given him rest. Therefore he said unto Judah, let us build these cities, and make about them walls and towers, gates and bars, while the land is yet before us, because we have sought the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM our God. We have sought him, and he have given us rest on every side. So they built and prospered. And Asa had an army of men that bare targets and spears out of Judah, 300,000, and out of Benjamin that bare shields and drew bows, 280,000. All these were mighty men of valor. And we're going to read this point of when the war actually broke out and how they defeated them. And then we're going to end the lesson there. It says, there came out against them Zerah, the Ethiopian, which is the Cushites, with an host of 1,000,000. And how much is that? 1,000,000. And 300 chariots, and came unto Marishah. Then Asa went out against him, and they set the battle in array in the valley of Zephathah at Marishah. And Asa cried unto the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM his God, and said, Lord Yahweh, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Lord Yahweh, our God, for we rest on thee. And in thy name we go against this multitude. O Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM, thou art our God. Let not man prevail against thee. It didn't say not let man prevail against us. Let not man prevail against thee. That's what he said, right? So the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM smote the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah. And the Ethiopians fled. And Asa and the people that were with him pursued them unto Gerar. And the Ethiopians were overthrown, that they could not recover themselves, for they were destroyed before the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM and before his host. And they carried away very much spoil. And they smote all the cities round about Gerar, for the fear of the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM came upon them. And they spoiled all the cities, for there was exceeding much spoil in them. They smote also the tents of cattle, and carried away sheep and camels in abundance, and returned to Jerusalem. So that's it, the preparation. And when he prepared, they went out against the army, called upon the name of the Lord, smote them, gathered all the spoil of these cities, smote that army of 1,000,000, and returned unto Jerusalem with great much riches. So that's what we got to do is a cold war. We gonna take over the whole earth. You have to believe that. But it's all about the spiritual preparation, spiritual buildup. And we're going to be ready. In order for you to get power in this time, spiritual buildup. In order for you to be helped of angelic forces, spiritual buildup, cold war. So this has been part 2 of We Are Businessmen, Business Before Pleasure, Cold War, Spiritual Buildup, part 2. Lord is willing, I see you, or this brother, Lord is willing, he's with me. We'll see you in the next one. But with that, we're going to close out, and we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, as always, that rule well and continue to do so. Salutations, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elected house of David. To you brothers out there fighting this good fight of faith, keep it up. To you sisters doing that which is becoming of women, Shalawam. And to those that are addicted unto this ministry, I say, Shalawam. We say, Shalawam.
Shalawam.
On to the next one. Shalawam.
Shalom.